Hope you're having a good day. So I've got another shorts comp. Some people prefer to watch these long form videos rather than the shorts, and I totally get that. That's my mood some days too. I'm pretty sure I missed some. This is definitely not all of them, but I did have surgery at some point during the collection of this shorts comp, and I deleted part of it, and there's only part of it left, and yeah, so we're just gonna roll with it. Enjoy! So the other night, Trump and Linda McMahon fired everyone in the special education department in the Department of Education. What this means is if you have a kid with an IEP or, you know, some sort of behavioral plan or some sort of like accommodations or things like that, the entire process of getting that and putting that in place and making sure that that's honored and making sure that the school board is on board with it and all of that, it's about to get really rough. Without these major bosses in the big Department of Education, there are going to be a lot of districts who are just going to be tossing any regulations that they were supposed to follow, any rules or anything. They're just going to be tossing those along the wayside because no one is looking over their shoulder anymore. And in a lot of schools, a lot of districts, that funding, they're probably going to figure could be used better elsewhere. This is a problem. I don't know if you've ever had a behavioral plan in place with your kid, but without that, if you need that, it can lead to kids getting intervention by law enforcement instead of the therapeutic options that their doctors are recommending. It can lead to kids getting put in holds. It can lead to just a really dark era of education for kids that don't learn the standard traditional way that I really hope we don't have to go back to. But there aren't any more big bosses. This is a problem. This is a problem.
Focus on the real issues. Don't focus on what kids say in group chats.
They weren't kids though. They were legal adults, every single one of them. You know who are kids? Or, well, they were kids when it happened to them. Epstein's victims. Yeah, they were kids. Even though y'all insist on calling them women all the time, because that's what they are now, because, you know, time works like that. But these weren't kids. These were 18 to 40-year-olds. Those aren't kids. Sorry, honey.
But the reality is that kids do stupid things, especially young boys. They tell edgy, offensive jokes. Like, that's what kids do. And I really don't want us to grow up in a country.
I really hate to break this to you, but you can't grow up in a country that you have already grown up in, because you are a grown-up. You have a wife and kids, and you're vice president of the United States of America. It's a pretty grown-up job.
Where a kid telling a stupid joke, telling a very offensive stupid joke, is cause to ruin their life.
She's about to go off on some really important points about remigration and the principles behind it. It's a really important video, and I will link it down below. You should totally go watch it, check it out, especially if you don't know about what remigration is. We had a little bit of it in America when we had the Operation, I'm going to say a slur here now, what... back the mojados, you know. Yeah, I'm sorry, I have to call it what they called it. That's called history. But yeah, so we've had a little bit of that in our own country, but it's really important to know about. Past that point though, I want to go back to the fact that they keep insisting that these are kids. No, these are grown-ass adults with grown-ass adult lives. And I don't know, like, what they were thinking when they sat there and said to themselves, oh, this could get leaked. If it got leaked, we'd be so screwed. Honey, if y'all know it could be leaked, maybe stop having it. If it's a conversation that you'd feel bad about the general public knowing that you participated in, you shouldn't be participating in it. Y'all. So as a private citizen, Scott Bessent has invested money into Argentina. Now he is in a position to invest the country's money into Argentina. And that's why we have sent them $20 billion and are likely going to send them $20 billion more, because Scott Bessent doesn't want to lose out on his initial investment. So he's taking us along on this ride with him. That's just so nice of him, guys. He is using our taxpayer dollars to make sure that his own investment doesn't fail. How is that not illegal?
Someone playing a clarinet with the Ghostbusters theme song. She's not there to obstruct the issue. She's there to call attention, to dissent, and she's not being permitted to do so. So we are seeing individuals who have First Amendment rights, who are permitted to be there. They're not obstructing the law enforcement process, and yet they're being manhandled. We've seen this with journalists. We've seen this with bystanders, with family members. It's gotten to the point where the punishment seems to be the fact that you get manhandled by ICE no matter what you're doing, that this is just supposed to happen. No one is supposed to be a witness. No one is supposed to raise any objections to it. And if you do, then there are consequences.
Yeah, and we're playing this up here, and we'll leave some of this up because it is important that people see this. We all understand that what's happening in your block or your community tends to affect people more than something.
That if somebody is willing to go outside to a very specific place and march all day away from their home and their creature comforts and their television and their fridge and, you know, all of these conveniences of life, if someone is willing to march for something, I really think it's that they really love that something. Yeah.